Hi guys, welcome back to August Love Story channel. My name is Artieka.
And I'm Tommy.
And today we are reviewing, or Tommy's reviewing, Married at First Sight.
We're doing it.
Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 2. The episode is titled Runaway, Groom. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. I'm going to start off by saying I attempted to watch this episode after finding out that my aunt passed away. I did not really watch this episode. That's why I say Tommy is going to be mostly reviewing this episode. I was kind of in and out of family member phone calls while we were trying to watch. So I missed a whole lot. But
so apparently what I heard was we're going to be here for a good time, but not a long time.
Exactly. So,
who you want to start with?
I can tell you who I wrote down first.
Yeah, let's do that.
For my notes. So the first I wrote was Kirsten and Shaquille because we actually got to see them
cross the finish line.
Yep.
So she gave him a cheek.
She did give him a cheek.
So that means she liked him, right? Or she didn't think he was cute?
Correct. She said he already had 2 strikes against him. He was younger than her and he's bald.
I think that's stupid. Like, especially the bald thing. It's you can't help the bald thing.
I don't know if he can or can't.
Like, I mean, like,
I get what you're saying, but you know what I'm saying? For him specifically,
right,
I don't know if he can or if he can't.
Most times people shave their heads. We're going to go with the majority on this one.
Because they got to let go.
Because they got to let it go, right?
Mm-hmm. It's not a love TKO.
It's not it's their natural hair growth. Like, it's like somebody saying, I don't like you because your hair is this way.
Well, remember, that was a thing for, were they in Houston? Brett and Ryan?
He didn't like it because she was a redhead.
Uh-huh. And she wasn't a natural redhead, but it's like her hair is still red.
Right, because she dyes it red. Like, I get that part. Or I don't like your red hair. Okay, that's something that she can change if she wants to.
I'm not changing that for you.
Right. It's one of the most petty, like when people talk about, oh, I don't want a bald head or, you know, they got to have a head full of hair and stuff like this. I'd be like, that's the pettiest thing in the world. A man can't say, oh, I want a girl with long, beautiful, flowing hair and not be looked upon as being, you know, a a-hole, you know, because he said something about a woman's hair, especially a black woman. Because it's such a big deal. So when it comes to, oh, he got 2 strikes, he's bald, and he's young. And then,
I feel like the younger than me part should have been something like, don't match me if he's younger than me.
Yeah, if that was a big issue for her, she don't want somebody younger than her. Okay, cool. They'll match her with Airris and then give Shaquille to, I'm just playing.
I was like,
I can't remember the girl name.
Jasmine.
But
I was trying to figure out where you were going with this, but
they just flipped the match.
Yep, I think I got it. But it's in my hand. It's like saying, but it's in my hand.
But like, I just, you know, that upsets me because it's like, you know, as a black person, you hear, oh, you already got 2 strikes against you. You're male and you're black, right?
Well, nobody's ever said that to me.
Nobody's ever said that to you, but I've heard that male. Before. She's not male. You got 1 strike against you. Actually, you shit out of luck.
Never heard that one before. I'm not a black male.
But you know, that's just triggering because she's like, oh, you got 2 strikes. It's like, well, dang, he ain't got nothing but 1 time to mess up, knowing that he's gonna do something that you don't like. So you're already eliminating yourself out of this process because you're starting off saying, well, he got 1 chance to mess up.
Yeah.
You know? So I just think that was really, really petty of her. And he's like, oh, wow, she's beautiful.
He told her he was beautiful. He was stunned at how beautiful she was. He was just like, wow, look at what I got.
Yeah.
At the, like when
what did he say? God knew what he was doing when he made you. But I just, you know, I feel like that's going to be, if she can get past that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, I don't really know how they're going to flow because I don't know their attitudes. But her, from this, it's like, her attitude is not going to be good about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't just meet a person and then start picking them apart.
He said that he felt that she was different because she threw that cheek out there.
Yeah.
For the kiss. And I was like,
boy,
that's
if you
different.
knew,
I was like, that's different, all right.
If you knew what the kiss, what the cheek was. So, 2, right?
Okay.
I was wrong. I hate that I said it, but I thought it. But Shaquille's family is not dead.
Thank you for saying that.
They are alive. And they was at the wedding.
I wish I could like pop that back into the old episode.
What?
Because somebody's going to comment that again on the last video.
Yeah. But it's all good. I don't want to kill anybody off because, you know, nobody wants to, you know, do that. So I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong. So, hey.
Yeah, and I had missed it. Like, I was like, I didn't think they died, but you was really sure of it. So
I was positive. No, they said they died. I should have went back and watched it, but hey, we're here.
Yeah.
What else did I write for him, man? I didn't write much for them.
I didn't write much for him.
It was very awkward at their, like when they, like most of the time when people come down, when the wife comes down the aisle, you know, the man is standing there like, oh, wow, you're beautiful. Hey, I'm such and such, such and such. They didn't say anything until the preacher.
I feel like their meetings this season was a little bit more awkward than normal.
They were.
And I think a lot of it has to do with editing because they didn't, you know, usually editing and dramatized music and all that stuff. It was just like, we're kind of just like sitting here looking at them.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was wondering, like, I asked you that. I was like, I wonder if they play music.
But you was talking about when they were standing in the hallway. I was like, why would they make music in the hall?
I'm talking about when they walk down the aisle. That's what I was, when the female is walking down the aisle. Yeah, the bride. I couldn't think of that word. I was like, the wife, the female. Nah, it's another word for it, but I can't think of it. When she's walking down the aisle, like, are they playing the music, or what music are they playing?
They should be playing some music because it's still a wedding, even though it's a made-for-TV wedding.
Yeah.
It's a wedding.
But, yeah, so.
I got nothing else for them.
Nah.
Next, I had Clint and Gina. One of the first things that we noticed about Gina was like, she was like trying to find a dress to fit her body.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gina got this booty out here, don't she?
She said she worked on it.
She did say she worked on it. I will give Gina that.
I didn't start there, but yeah, I was like, man, she got body.
Yeah.
My thing was, Clint's hope was that her family is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, if they not cool, they gonna get cool. I was like, okay, Clint. I think it's weird that he brings up, like, I think it's weird that he says how many sex partners he's had.
I missed that. I remember you verbally saying it. And I was like, who said that? And why?
Right. It's like, why
but
bring
I was
that
like,
into...
It's not even like why you say it. It's why did you say it on your wedding day?
Yeah.
When the cameras are rolling.
And then another...
Who did he tell?
He told the camera. Like when he was by himself talking.
It was a confessional.
Yeah. That's what those are called?
Mm-hmm.
Confessional. He told the confessional. And that ain't how you say that, is it? Anyway.
Yes. He said it in confessional.
He said it in confession. I got you. He didn't tell the confessional.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you. But no, like it's interesting that Airris is made to be out this playboy type, you know. But Clint, his thing is, he's an outdoorsman, he's this, he's that. But 65 partners is a lot.
It's excessive.
And he's 40. And Airris is 39. So it's like, why they dramatize Airris being this
Well,
playboy?
I think it's because Airris also started out like, I got my heart broke at 28 and I was out here like not caring about nothing for 10 years. Like, that's likely how he put it.
Yeah.
It's not what we deduced about him. Clint now tells us, but that wasn't his conversation in the beginning.
I get it. I just be like, I hated that the focus is on, because they did that with the couple we like. Woody, yeah. Woody was like a teacher or some sort of teacher or coach or something.
Yeah, he's a teacher.
You know, and stuff like that. And it turns out that he was actually pretty good and, you know, and stuff like. Anyway, this is about Clint.
Okay.
I just didn't like, you know, I don't like how they did that with Airris. So.
I think I mentioned Clint and Gina would be one of my couples to watch. Mm-hmm. And even more so after what was said on the first after party about Clint specifically. I don't
remember. I forgot
the guys,
after party came from.
When the guys were talking after the first episode of After Party, they they were talking about Clint and like hanging out with the strippers and all that stuff. I was like, Clint's gonna be one to watch. Clint has just been very confusing. He seems like the true definition of work hard, party harder. Mm-hmm. And it's just been very interesting so far to see things develop with him. Yeah. And I know it's just going to get worse.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. So moving right along with them, they come down the aisle, Clint's waving at everybody. Gina is walking down the aisle with her dad. Mm-hmm. They get to the end. They like, wow, Clint looks unimpressed in my eyes. He may have been wooed and wild, but he looked very unimpressed.
He got 65 other people to compare her to.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think Gina's beautiful. And stuff. And so her dad says to Clint, he's like, hey, I'm Clint. Mm-hmm. They introduce each other. And her dad says, well, good luck. I couldn't do that but laugh. Or was that her?
I don't know.
I might be making something up. I'm probably.
You said somebody said good luck.
Yeah, somebody's dad said good luck. And I thought it probably wasn't her. No,
it probably was.
I don't know.
Because a lot of other daddies weren't.
Yeah.
Walking them down.
No, her dad wasn't with her. I don't forget who walked her down. Her brother walked her down. So never mind. The dad joke was for somebody else. Anyway.
All right.
Hank, who's her dog, brought out the rings. I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. They kissed, and they think it's going to be easy.
It's never easy.
It's not going to be
when
easy.
You think it's going to be easy.
Being married and knowing the person is not easy. So,
correct.
Not knowing the person is going to be extra. We did find out he consults for tech companies. Mm-hmm. And fun fact, they live in the same building.
They do. They said they live in the same apartment complex, and she was like, I just thought I'd have seen you by the pool or something. He was like, yeah, during pool season, I'm out here.
At the lake.
I'm out here. I'm doing things. So she did ask him to teach her to sail. And he was like, do you swim? She was like, yeah. He was like, all right, half the battle swim. I'm like, that's not half the battle in sailing.
I mean, that makes sense though.
It does, but that's not half the battle in sailing.
If you can swim, okay. Because I don't want to take you on water and knowing
that means you're gonna not go over and not be able to survive that.
Right.
But we're talking about the actual like sailing portion of this.
Hey, gotta make sure that person knows how to swim. What you got?
Nicole and Chris.
Nicole and Chris.
Nicole and Chris, the one thing of note for them was them getting...
that's who Dad was like, good luck.
Oh, okay. They got to the ending, got to each other at the altar, and they was up there trying to guess each other's names.
They guessed it right.
Them allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like,
I don't know who they told.
It seemed like his mom was like, he did guess Nicole. I remember her saying that, but I don't know if anybody like was confirming it on his side. Not that it really
They
matters.
wouldn't guess my name. Because some people would be like, Thomas.
If they guessed my name, you got to know me.
Right. If they guessed your name, they cheated.
They know me. Because even people that don't know me, I mean, people that know me don't know my name, like, can't get it right.
Yeah.
I got an aunt who can't say my name correctly.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. I still have to spell your name like out. Like I have to say it.
You have to just be like A-R-T.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I do that for Lily's middle name.
The I and the E always throws me off with everything.
You know how to spell Lily's middle name?
Yeah.
Or you have to spell my name first?
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
You've never written it down?
I've never written it down.
If you guys don't know, Lily's middle name is my first name spelled backwards. So her middle name is Aketra.
Nope. I never nah, that's funny.
Now you have to sit down and practice writing your daughter's middle name.
I do.
I mean, just...
I got to do it in print and in cursive.
I don't think I've ever tried to write her name in cursive.
I like
her middle name.
You know they don't know how to write in cursive?
What's the point of it?
I don't know. But I don't use it.
It's just a signature.
But it's like, man, it's like, have you ever seen my cursive? I don't want to toot my own horn, but I got some good handwriting.
All right. Back to Nicole and Chris. You do have good handwriting, though.
It's legible. I can read it. You can read it. They can read it.
Nicole and Chris?
Oh. Basically, she was sweating out her legs at the beginning. I just thought it was funny. She was like, I promise it's not pee. It's like, girl, please, if you peeing on yourself outside,
awkward.
You don't need to be getting married at first sight. I just thought this couple was like fairly, like, I don't want to say weird because I don't think they're weird, but you know, they're different. You know what I'm saying?
I think that they are on the surface, easiest to forget out of the five.
Mm-hmm.
However, something's going to happen. Something always happens.
Yeah.
Whether it's something good or something bad, something always happens.
She was more so thinking of or reminding me, I don't want to say she reminded me of Justin, but I did think about Justin when she was talking about how she was going to commit to the marriage. Mm-hmm. Like this, she's big on this is the one time. I don't want it to be a failure and stuff like that. So she's going to really work on it. But
it's always somebody to say that every season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for me, when I hear that, I'm like, don't focus on the marriage. Focus on the person. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to, the strategy that I've come up with, right, while watching this is, in order for a lot of people have success that focused on the idea of getting to know the person and not looking at the person as being a stranger, mm-hmm. but truly looking at this person as being a friend.
You got to look at them as somebody that you need to get to know.
Right. And so focusing on the idea that we're married or that being the thing that keeps you together is basically going to help you guys not stay together faster, I think, mm-hmm. you know, in my idea or whatnot. But her saying that is just like, okay, this might not work out just because you're not focusing on the right thing. let me see. They wrote each other notes. And they gave gifts. That was the first time we seen that this season.
Yeah.
And she was really touched by it. Like, it's funny because he couldn't do any wrong. He bought her some jewelry. She's like, oh, I can wear this necklace because I didn't have a necklace. And stuff like that.
I completely didn't see
You didn't?
any of this.
I saw it. Don't worry about it.
I'll rewatch this episode at some point this week.
One of his fears was being heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wrote that because I was thinking, how are you heartbroken? And here's the contradictory thought process of me. How are you heartbroken and she's a stranger? Or how would you be heartbroken and she's like, you've only known her for so many weeks?
Maybe he planning to throw his whole self into it. I don't know.
Let's just be honest. 2 months is not a very long time, right? But 2 months is long enough to know if you like a person. You may not be in love with a person. You may love what this person does, right? But 2 months can't give you a person. Mm-hmm. You can't know everything about a person in 2 months. Living with the person, you can't know about them in 2 months. I don't think. But I don't think you can get heartbroken during this process. Now, afterwards, maybe. But during this process, you can probably get mad.
Maybe he's thinking this will last far beyond the 2 weeks, which is how you should think about it. And that he doesn't want to end up heartbroken at the end. And that's what I mean. Relationship.
That's what I mean by, after the 2 months. But, man, just enjoy this process. That's what I feel like a lot of people don't do, is enjoy the process of getting to know new people, being committed to a new person. And,
But I think that's why the friendships between the genders last far beyond the seasons.
Right.
Is because they don't put pressure on the friendships, but they put a lot of pressure on the marriage. Because I think that a lot of these people could realistically have figured it out, but they're putting so much pressure on, I have to know by decision day.
Yeah.
And it's like, by decision day, you should know if this is a person that you're going to be willing to continue to entertain in that way. Because nobody knows 2 months into their marriage if it's gonna last till death do us part.
Yeah. And that's the part that I was talking about with Nicole. I was like, if you focus on the person and building that friendship, that relationship, everything else comes. Because at the end of the 2 months, if you want to continue to do what you've been doing and build on that.
Continue what you're doing without these cameras. Because that has to be annoying. What it is. Yeah, that has to be annoying.
And, if you don't, just say no and move on.
One thing, though, I can appreciate, like, for all purposes, Married at First Sight is a reality show, right?
Yeah.
When you watch other reality shows like the Ensemble Cast, Real Housewives and all that stuff, they have to relive their emotions again when they're doing their confessionals. Like, you got to analyze everything in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, they pull you out of an argument and be like, what are you thinking? Tell me about it. And so they have to be far more reflective, and things have a lot heavier weight on them in this because that's how it's presented. So it is what it is for that. You got anything else for Nicole and Chris?
I'm looking down my notes now. Oh, she said something. She was like, she feels like they're pretending. Like, this is after they've said I do, kissed and did their walk down the aisle. This is when they were sitting down talking to each other. And she was like, I feel like we're pretending. And I was like, why say that?
I get it.
Like, in what context were you?
I feel like every day I'm going to wake up and not be an adult anymore. And this 4-person household that I have is not going to exist.
Like, man, having 2 kids made it real.
Yeah,
like getting a wife made it real. Like, oh, cool. With having Lily, like, we got a kid now. Yeah, cool. Having Quad, oh, we
like I wake up every day.
We're a family.
I wake up every day and they're all still here.
Yeah. You'd be sad if somebody wasn't here.
I would be, but do you get what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not.
It's like you wake up and everybody's still here and you're like, every day I think I might wake up and it's a dream.
Nope.
But when I wake up, everybody's still here. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're still doing this. Got it. I think that's where she is.
Do you not like us or something?
No,
anyway, don't answer that.
It's literally the conversation about it feeling real.
I mean,
it's like
it does
you feel like I'm explaining and you're trying to take away from my explanation.
My bad. Go ahead.
Explain
yourself.
That's what it's like. It's like you think that one day you're going to wake up and everything's going to go back to life how you thought it would, like life before that. And it's not. But that's why it doesn't feel real, because it's like, oh, you wake up, everybody's still here. We're still doing this.
Yeah.
It just feels like maybe it is a mirage. Maybe it's a dream. I don't know. But then it's like, well, I still got to get up and feed this baby. So let me go on do that.
All right. Obviously, it doesn't feel that way. I don't even remember what it's like without.
I remember being able to sleep.
Yeah.
Not being up at 6 o'clock in the morning recording videos. But I digress. Airris and Jasmine. We found out that Jasmine's mom was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 months prior to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
They were like 3 months ago, we thought that she would never get to see this day.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that's what kind of pushed her, like catapulted her to saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for this. Because I don't know how far in advance they signed up, but I know it's just a few months.
That could be.
Like, it's not like they signed up in 2020 to film a show in 2022. So,
yeah. I never thought about that. That could be a thing.
It's like, I want to make sure my mom.
It could be. I'm a fan of this show. I hope by now they watch this show.
I don't think that people want to get married because they're a fan of the show. I would hope not.
You never know.
You're right.
You never know. One of Jasmine's fears or concerns was that if their folks don't get along with each other, with the other person.
She was very concerned about the women in his family being overprotective, and she's going to have that in, what's her name?
Right
Felina?
I don't know, his cousin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get to that.
You can go ahead and jump to it.
Okay. Man, she bothered me. Like at the end, basically at the end of the episode, she was talking to Airris, his cousin, asking him, are you sure this is what you want to do? We can leave, blah, this, blah, that. And I get it. From a cousin sister standpoint, you're like, I know you. This is not what you want to, you're not like this, And she was like, even went as far as saying playing with your life. And I was like, he's not playing with his life. He's actually attempting to be in a relationship with a person.
There's two ways to look at this. Either she knows something about him that we don't. I mean, obviously she does, but like she knows something about his personality that we don't, and she thinks it's going to be a problem. Or she's just, in general, a skeptic.
Yeah.
We usually see that with parents in this process. Parents think that this is some crazy, wild thing that their child is doing, and they're like, nope, I ain't with it. Because, like, we always get a mom, most of the time it's a dad though, who's like, I'm not coming to the wedding. I'm not going to be on the show because you're nuts. It's not going to work. I think that she's being that person in cousin form instead of parental.
I just, I asked myself, I was like, what would you do in that situation? Would you tell her to leave?
Mm-hmm.
Would you sit there and like how he just sat there and took it? Or would you, like how do you approach that? Because it's like at this point, why are you talking to me, trying to talk me out of this?
I am very much so I'm going to do what I said I was going to do regardless of all of your stuff, especially when we're in this moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to need you to just stop.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's
would be, I'm not going to ask you to leave, but I'm going to need you to just stop.
Yeah.
Like, just stop.
I don't know how, like, because I'm a person that put people out, but it's...
You have a problem.
Do I?
Yes, you
I
do.
Get that from Martin. Martin told me it was okay to do that.
It's not, but okay.
Martin put Gina out one time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's too funny. But it's I don't know, that just really bothered me because I was like, stop. Like this whole time you've been so negative about this process. I would not have you in it because I would not be making a commitment this far. Like if I was like really unsure, I'd tell somebody, hey, I'm like really not sure about this. Even after they pick me. Yeah, I ain't too sure about this,
Mm-hmm.
And it's I'm gonna have to have some type of assurance.
Yeah.
But I can't have a person right there in my face every time I talk to them or every time we talk about this, they're saying something negative, because it's not helpful at all. So, anyway, going back to Jasmine, she was asked, do she think she can learn to love? And I was like, it's not a dumb question, but...
Is that not what you do regardless?
Yeah.
Because if you knew the person and developed a organic relationship with them and it wasn't an arranged marriage, you would still have to learn to love that person.
Yeah.
So...
Because everybody's different.
You don't know them, so you figure it out.
Right.
It's like, what are y'all asking here? I kind of put that in line with the what's your intentions?
Mm-hmm.
To do exactly what we're doing, we're getting married.
Yeah. Like and that question is going to come up here in a few episodes, but...
and I'm going to be like Cardi B, what was the reason?
He waved bye to the streets. And he's ready to put his F-boy ways away. Yeah, I didn't have much for them. I think that's about as far as we got with them.
Yeah.
And then after that, they, he started talking to his cousin, and they had that whole dialogue about, not being able to run away at this moment. So, I just really didn't like that conversation. And who else we got?
Domynique and McKinley.
I didn't write anything for them.
I didn't either. The only thing that I remember about Domynique and McKinley was Domynique trying on dresses, and
she still sounds like she's trying to convince herself to do this. So I'm curious to see where that's gonna go. Like what's gonna happen with that, and where it's gonna go. Him, like I said last time, he's been in Nashville for 5 months. Mm-hmm. So him signing up for Married at First Sight does not sound like a good idea just because he's still dating the city. And when I say dating the city, I mean he's still getting to know the city. Is this a place where you want to be? How long you're going to be here, what you're going to do, and stuff like that. He's living with his friend's parents. Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of variables.
They're like, yeah, you get married. you're not gonna live here anymore.
Right. So it's a lot of variables in their whole coupleship. So I want to go back now and watch the match making episode just to see if they who did they overlook for these two, because I don't think these two are a good match. Her being 25, right? And him being not him being 34, but more so her being 25 and her not actually signing up for this herself.
Yeah. Her mom was like, this will be good for you.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't remember what they the only thing they did was tried on their dress and tuxedo.
Picked them out.
Yeah, they picked them out because we didn't make it to their wedding. So
so we'll finish up weddings next week.
Yeah. We'll do the predictions after we finish up the weddings.
And after I watch this episode again. And we both view this week's after party.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get back. I don't want to say on schedule because this video is coming out when we said it was going to come out.
Yeah.
But I will figure all of that out once we get the details of the arrangements. And
I always be wanting to see the preview, the season preview, to be like, okay, this gonna work. That
to make
work.
the predictions.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
But I'll give my initial prediction next week.
I don't get a prize for it being right and I don't get anything for it being wrong. So I don't care. Not like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, so once we get everything sorted out on my side, I hopefully will be back you're watching videos, like knowing what I'm talking about.
Oh, I mean, you did well, or I think you did well. I always think you do a great job.
I
get nervous when I have to
lead.
Yeah. And these, because you talk better than me, you enunciate and everything, and I just be like, this is what I'm thinking. Sometimes it don't come out clear. You be like, I know what you're trying to say.
Sometimes I don't, and I just try to feel my way through what you're trying to say. I got a stroke and I'm treading water trying to help you find it.
I got you, man. But like I said, man, we're going to be here for a good time, not a long time. So let's go on and get on out of here, man.
All right. If you guys haven't, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and comment down below. That's the question. If you were Airris, would you have told your cousin to shut up? Or would you have just took it? And I don't mean outright just saying shut up, but being like, hey, I don't want to hear that right now.
Yeah.
Or would you have just listened and let her do her thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. I got to figure out how to word that for my Instagram story.
Yep.
Anywho.
Join us tomorrow morning for the coffee break.
Yep. Tomorrow morning's coffee break, and then next week's podcast.
Yeah. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. It's up. Good conversation. We'll be talking about new stages in our relationship. So check that out. Also, I think that's it. So Artieka made some coffee mugs, so check those. Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Never mind then.
I started, but I did not.
Okay. Never mind then. Well, anyway, enjoy your day, guys. Appreciate you joining us today.
Y'all.
So, peace.